Oh, call to order at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and then
And then the next first item on the agenda is always whether anybody has anything that they want to add, and then we jump over to taking a look at the minutes from the.
Okay.
I think this, in terms of the agenda, is pretty straightforward. It's just the eval.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I see it. Okay. Okay. So,
so I will
I-
be happy to move that we accept the minutes.
okay. Second.
So I guess we both have to say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and now we're on the looking at your documents.
Okay, great. Okay, so I thought we could start with the performance review, which I sent, and I updated that from last year's. I used the same format that they used last year for Eric's review, and then I updated it with all the information that Eric had sent to me. So I had talked about, if it's possible, since these are goals that are established within the committees, if we could send these to the committees and each of the committees chair people could be responsible for the feedback, the reviewer feedback. Eric, would that work? Or should I just talk to Janie about this? I don't know who I should.
You broke up for just a moment. What was the question?
Okay, so my idea, my thought was, so each of these goals list of goals come from the committees. So my thought is that each of the committee chair people could be responsible for collecting the reviewer information, and I could update the document with that.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, great. Janie, what do you think we should do is, so my thought was that I would send them the goals and then ask for their feedback.
I'm just trying to get this down. Jenny, I was having trouble, I guess, I do much better. I'm like Kathy, I do much better if I have a hard copy. Eric,
Yeah.
Is there any way you can get these documents up on your screen? I mean, I can look at them one at a time, but not have my Zoom
Yes.
going at the same time. I don't
Which
know.
one would you like me to bring up?
Well, the one we're talking about where your performance review is the questions are by committee.
So Eric, it's probably the document that I just sent to you at like 2:59. I don't know if you can bring that one up.
Okay. Should be this one.
Yes.
Okay, so that's you called that document 259?
Oh, I mean, it just says performance review. So
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Oh,
I
this is
just-
last year's.
No, this actually is this year's. It's the same format, but I updated it with the information, and I still need to go back
Okay,
and like proofread it. But this is all the information from what Eric sent to us.
okay.
So it's the goals from the committee as well as his feedback about how he supported their achievement.
All right. Okay.
So I
And this is the
didn't-
portion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, and it's part 1 is what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
So does this format look okay? Because it has like 4 goals in it. Or like, do you guys want me to add numbers to it?
Let's see. It's got one for the building and grounds, one for the goal number 2 is for community engagement.
Mhm. 3 was the finance committee. 4 is the long range planning committee. So like each committee has a different section, has a different, like, we called it goal because last year the goals were different. They didn't have as many.
Okay.
So last year it was different, but I still used the same format because I didn't want to change things too much. But I don't know if you guys want me to like number the goals or. So like,
No, I think this is fine.
okay, that looks fine. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think as far as organizing the goals in the box, maybe just bullet points
Bullet
so
points.
that they
Okay.
kind of broken up.
Okay. Great. And
I don't
Jeannie,
think they flow together too bad, but I'm guessing
Yeah.
if we give them, yeah, that's
okay.
nice.
So we
There we
probably, I can eliminate like the spaces between them and just add bullet points. Okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll do that. And then, so my thought is that because they're committee goals, then each chairperson of the committee, I thought, should be considered the reviewer.
I think that's very valid.
Okay.
And if, if each committee chairperson wants to, consult with their other committee
Sounds good.
members, that's fine, but I would think they'd have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Okay, great. Okay, so Eric, when I'm sending these to people, if I'm sending these to the committee chair, or do I discuss this at our next meeting? Is that what's the process for this?
For
Like-
this, I think probably most efficient would be to send to the committee chair with the list of goals and request feedback.
Okay, all right.
So, and as long as it stays two-way communication between you and the chair,
Okay,
then we're fine.
okay, perfect.
Where we would get into trouble would be if other members of the committee start getting pulled in and it starts turning into a conversation.
When if they want to do that,
That'd be an open meetings act problem.
they could set up a meeting, right? Or does it have to be executive session?
Yeah.
Or could they?
If the committee wants to, yeah. If the committee wants to compile feedback and get everybody involved, that would need to be a meeting.
Okay,
Would it be okay for the committee chair to contact other committee members individually, not at the same time, and say, do you have anything you want to add? This is what I've put in. Do you have anything you want to add?
As long as it is a one-way request for information and
Okay.
it's,
okay,
send me this and then it gets sent, you're fine.
okay, okay,
As a
You know,
rule of thumb,
Jenny-
if you're sharing information and it's one way, that's fine. That's
Okay.
doing business. Anything where it gets to be multiple directions and discussion, that's open meetings act problem.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I
Fun
know.
with OMA.
Yeah,
And
get all
someday,
going.
someday, Jenny, we will, the state of Illinois will have a functional system where you can actually train on that.
Right. I'm looking forward to it. But okay, what I can do is I'll just draft an email and I can so am I okay then to send these, and like, should I copy you, Janie, on these emails?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay, so I'm gonna send, okay, so I'm gonna do these emails. Okay, and then the chair will be responsible. What should be the deadline for their feedback?
That was what I was going to say, that you need to make some pretty strict and tight deadlines. Otherwise,
Right.
you get in trouble. People put stuff off and you get in trouble.
So what we have,
Myself, not the least.
I could probably get these out this weekend because it's all already compiled.
Great.
So if I got it out by the 6th, would we give people a week?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
So like maybe by the 14th.
What day is the 6th?
The 6th is a Sunday. So would I ask people to get me their feedback by the 14th? That gives them a week and then a weekend. Or is that too soon? Or do I give them 2 weeks?
I was even going to say by the 11th, but that would, because that would give you the weekend. Then I don't know. What do you think, Eric?
14th.
14th is good for you. That's Valentine's Day. That's the other thing.
Okay, that's, I don't think,
Well,
I
but
don't,
it's a due date. It's not like,
Gotcha,
scheduling a meeting
gotcha.
for that.
People can do it ahead of time if they wanted
Yeah.
to. Okay.
well, and that's nice, because then isn't our meeting the 15th?
Yep.
Okay, so that's nice, because then we can, if I haven't heard from anyone, and it's a good time for us to review anything that needs to be done.
Okay,
Okay.
what meeting is the 15th?
Our board meeting.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
So that it'll be
Haven't put
good
that
that
down there yet.
we set that as a deadline, and then I can follow up with anyone that I need to at the board meeting. Okay, so that's the committees. Now, the other question I had is, Eric, I sent you the staff feedback form, which I just took, and Janie, you have this, so now we're on the other link. It's actually a Google form that I sent you, Eric. Oh, I think those were all my questions for this, because Janie, from what I understand, from what I took from Kathy, we do not start on, like this, once we do this part of the, the review, and then we also do the staff feedback, we won't begin part 3 until we've compiled all this other information. Did I understand that correctly, Eric?
Yes.
Yes,
Pretty sure.
okay. Okay, great. So the next thing
Yes. That's correct.
Okay, so the next thing I want to refer to is, there's a link to a Google form that I sent you, Eric. It was probably in the email that had the new a review attached to it.
Yes.
Okay, so Janie, this, and I'm assuming this is correct, this is the link that was sent to the staff last year for their feedback, which will compile part 2 of the review.
And this was the Google document.
Yeah. And Eric, Kathy had said last night that this Google form or this review goes to the staff. Right, so the board has input on the part 1, and then this is staff, part 2. Is that right?
The part 2 last year was sent. Yeah.
Sent to staff.
And I still need to get you that new updated list of staff. So I'll get you that.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so I will send, do I send them the Google form directly, or do you send it to your staff? I couldn't remember.
I will send them a heads up that it is coming.
Okay, great.
That will be enough.
Okay,
But then you'll have to follow up and
The
send them
less
the link,
I'm
right?
involved in that, yeah. The less I'm involved in actually sending links and anything like that,
Right.
generally, I think that just makes the more sense.
Yeah,
The more involved you are in your own review, the more weird I think things get.
I would
So-
agree.
yeah, I'm sorry to have to ask you like so many questions.
No, you're fine. You're
This
fine.
I
is
just want to make sure
confusing.
that,
So-
like process wise, we're doing okay. The only thing I wanted to check is I just wanted to check maybe with Matt, just to make sure. I think that like with the Google form, it's anonymous. Was that an issue last year at all? Because I know they used the free survey, but do you mind if I just check with Matt about how to make, I'm sure I could make it, that's how it worked last year, right? That it was staff gave anonymous.
They had the option to input their name and title at the end.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's optional?
And my understanding is it was optional,
Yeah,
but most everybody did.
Okay,
I think you're right.
okay. All right, then I will add that because I didn't see that on the form. Okay. An optional space for name and okay, perfect. Name and title, you said, right?
Mhm.
So Jeannie, do you mind if I update the Google form and then can I send it to you? Would you just take a look at it and proof it to make sure everything looks okay?
I'd be happy to do that, yeah.
Okay, that would be great. So I will put that on my list. Okay, so and then
Yeah, I
Eric,
can-
can you send me the list of staff? Then I can send that link out to them.
Yep.
Okay, list of staff. Okay, and then okay. So I think that was all I had so far. And then I'm just assuming that what Eric, since it's your staff, what do you think that the return date for the survey should be? Should it also be the 14th? Or I don't know, like how it works, if like how often people are in the office and stuff like that, or on work time.
Are you going to send them out shortly?
Well, Janie, if I can update this tonight and send it to you, let's say for the staff one, just because there's a little bit longer, let's say that we would get it out Monday morning.
Okay,
So if that
Yeah.
works for you, could you
yeah,
look
it
it up?
seems to me that having that one due on the 14th would be fine too, because that would give them a whole week, including a weekend.
Okay,
And that way you'd be looking for everything that you're gonna get by one
If I
day.
get indications from staff that they would desire more time, I will pass that along.
okay. Okay. And so, and then once we get the responses, the questions for staff were pretty long. I mean, I'm sorry, not long. There was like 18 questions with examples asked for each of them. So then I think, I'm not sure how you guys compiled things last year, Janie. Maybe we can talk about it once we get the responses. Because for every question, there's also, they asked for an example of how that was accomplished.
I guess I don't remember it was that long. That sounds like a bit of an onerous task to ask the employees to do all of that.
So, so
I
what,
mean, I think they appreciate being asked to have some input into this, but
right,
wow, that's a job to provide feedback and examples for 18 different questions.
and Eric, I don't know if you want to just pull it up briefly so Janie could take a look
Oh,
at it.
yeah. I actually have it up here already. There we go.
Oh, sorry. And like for this one, I forgot to put like provide an example. But that's what they usually said for please provide examples to support.
Gosh, yeah.
And we could also say, I mean, because we really can't fit examples of each. I mean, we could also say in the email, if you have examples that you would like to submit, please do so. You don't have to feel like you have to provide an example for every question.
I think that would be a really kind thing to do.
Okay.
Because it seems to me that when we looked at these last year, we looked a lot more at the numerical composites
Right.
of the ratings 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 than we did what the specifics were. So if somebody feels strongly about wanting to say something, that you give them the opportunity to do that, but you're not asking for every question. To me,
Right.
that just seems onerous. I mean, if I were working, full-time at the library and I got this across my desk, I would not be thrilled about having to give an example.
Right. So just,
every
so,
question.
so would it be okay? So should I just say in the email, or do you want me to change the form? Or just,
Or maybe you could put it up at the top of the form
Okay.
that says, if you have an example to illustrate, please feel free to share, or something along the lines of that.
Okay.
If you have an example, please include.
okay. Okay, yeah, how about it? Yeah, I can just change all the questions to under each one. I could change it so it says, if you have an example, please indicate here.
Perfect,
Okay,
perfect.
please indicate here. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, and then I'll add the name and stuff. Okay. Okay, so that's great. So I think that was everything that I had for today. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
And I think you're gonna make your 3:30 commitment. We're quick.
Thanks. I tried to, I think I have all my, I think I had all my questions answered.
all right, sounds good. So if we're at the end then, and don't have anything else to talk about, we could look for a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I ask one more thing?
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Jeannie, do you think that you could, do you think you could send the notes whenever you have them ready? Just so I make sure I'm not missing anything?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want me to send you the minutes ASAP, is that?
That would be so helpful. I wrote down
Absolutely.
I wrote down my things, but then I would love if I just could take a look at the minutes so I can make sure I have everything. And then I will follow through on my commitments to send you the items you need so we can be ready to have everything sent.
Perfect. Yeah, I can do these minutes right now as soon as we're done.
Oh, I
And
really
we can
appreciate it.
have to
Thank
do.
you so
Yeah.
much.
All righty.
All right. Well, thanks.
Okay, so I guess Jenny, you're gonna have to second.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I'll second. Oh, and Eric, will you send me? Okay, I think I have all the list of the chairs. Okay, and then you're going to send me the staff link. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, 3:23. Good job, guys.
Well done.
Thank
Good
you.
efficient meeting. All
Bye.
right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.